Were you watching the fight live?
Yep, I was watching it.
Were you online on Twitter as well? Saturday night, did you see John Jones's tweets in the middle and after the fight?
Yes, and I replied of some of his tweets.
When you were seeing him tweet and saying what he was saying, was there a part of you that was like, oh man, here we go, now they're going to try to skip me for John Jones, or he's trying to cut the line? What were you thinking when you saw him tweet like that?
I mean, I didn't think they're gonna skip me for John Jones, because I've been waiting for a long time. But I know just saw John Jones trying to push something in so hard, Yeah. But I didn't think the UFC is they are going to do that.
Just a few minutes later at the press conference, Dana White said, no, we're happy to have John at heavyweight, but next for Stipe is Francis. When you heard that, how did you feel?
I feel more confident about me getting the title shot next.
Are you 100% confident right now as we speak on this Friday morning that you are getting the next title shot?
Yes, 100% sure.
Why are you 100%
I mean, even
sure?
before... Huh?
Why 100% sure? Did someone tell you from the UFC? Did Dana White tell your management? Did any conversations happen since then?
Okay, you just said it, right? You said Dana White said it. So why wouldn't I be sure? So that means I have to doubt on it?
Well, you know how these things go. Sometimes someone says something and then they change their mind.
Unless they have some good reason, which I'm not seeing anything around to help them change their mind.
You don't think John Jones, because on Monday he vacated the title and said, I'm moving up. You don't think that that's a good enough reason?
No, I don't think so.
Have you or your management talked to the UFC since Saturday about the fact that you are next, plans, anything of that nature?
Yep. My manager did it, and actually things went very well. So I have no concern about that.
After I had lost to Jones, Lorenzo Fertitta gave me $1 million. Him and Dana gave me $1 million. They actually called me and they said, we're going to give you $1 million, DC, for the job that you've done. So when people say, wow, Daniel Cormier made $80,000 to fight John Jones, and that was such a big pay-per-view. No, they gave me $1 million. I didn't get pay-per-view. I was just a guy that was a challenger against a guy that defended the belt all those times. They gave me $1 million. So at that point in my life, Celine and I were about to buy our first house, and I was becoming the UFC champion. And you know what they did after that? You know what happened after I fought Rumble Johnson? I won the belt, and I got paid $300,000. In the pay-per-view, sold $300,000. And you know what they did after that? They gave me $400,000 to make sure that I made $1 million.
Wow.
So when people talk about my relationship with the UFC, Lorenzo Fertitta and Dana White have been nothing but gold to me. And in that moment, I was happiest because I was starting to make real money. And my family was advancing, and I just became a UFC champion. And my parents had got to see things that they never could have imagined in Lafayette. And I was making money to where I could go and get them a house too. So yeah, that was probably when I was happiest, when I knew that my life was gonna change when I became a UFC champ. And I noticed how those guys took care of people and realized that now I can take care of my family, not just my family here, but my family back in Louisiana. Because I understood that my life was changing. But every time. So when people talk about you're a white knight for the UFC, why wouldn't I be? They changed my life.
UFC 187, Memorial Day 2015. What a moment that was. That's a great story. By the way, do they just give you like a check for $1 million? Is that just like a check that they give you with $1 million on it? That's incredible.
I fought John Jones on Saturday. It was all pissed off and sad. Monday, Dana called me. Lorenzo called me to offer the fight. You ready? You want to try to be a champion? This was before we were supposed to fight in September or August or whatever. And then after the fight Monday, Dana goes, hey, you guys absolutely killed it. He goes, and you were such a vital part of building this thing. He goes, we're going to send you a check for $1 million. I was like, wow. Really? I'd never made $1 million in my life. Never thought that was even possible. and they sent me a check for $1 million. 3-4 days later, a check comes from UPS, $1 million. Changed my life. So yeah, of course, I love those guys. Why wouldn't you?
Pedro, I know this wasn't the outcome that you wanted, but I have to imagine that you have to be somewhat happy with the performance despite the loss.
Yes, definitely. I'm very happy with my performance tonight. It was just a hell of a fight, you know, and I really thought I won at least 3 of the 5 rounds. So, yeah, it's just a moment right now that I'm reflecting and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to fight and do what I love.
You know, at the end of the fight, when Bruce Buffer was making the announcement, did you think you had done enough in that 5th round to secure the win?
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, I believe like 1st and 2nd round was very close. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, he started feeling my pressure. He was throwing more like combos, but just, you know, to try to survive, you know. I don't mean to disrespect him. He's, you know, a great fighter, but I really thought that I deserved this victory tonight.
Well, you definitely were putting on the pressure. You were destroying that lead leg. This division is stacked. The top 10 in this division, all, like I said to Dana earlier, could be title fights. You know, is there someone out there that you'd like to get back in there and just get, you know, one more win, get right back to where you were at?
Right now, I'm not thinking about that. I thought the only thing that I won is just the judges to be fair, you know, not to get this score out of the reputation of some fighter or the former champ and stuff like that. I just saw right now on my phone, you know, 17 of 20 media score gave that fight to me. And in the UFC, the score punches I had 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So I don't know what should I do in the fight to get the victory, but it is what it is, you know.
And lastly, a couple of things more for me. Recently, Tony Ferguson has been on social media sort of hinting that he's got a fight. Have you guys got a fight lined up for Tony?
We do.
Can I make a guess who it is?
Huh?
Can I guess who it is?
Sure.
Dustin Poirier?
Probably.
Okay.